The White Walkers had been driven into the lands of Always Winter for 8,000 years. Humanity had long forgotten the existence of the Night King, considering him nothing more than a legend. Unexpectedly, over those 8,000 years, the Night King had gathered an army millions strong and even managed to assassinate a dragon. Finally, with blue fire, he shattered the wall and began his invasion of human lands. Witnessing it all, Jon Snow realized the unprecedented danger. At the cost of many brave warriors' lives, he managed to capture a White. He brought the creature in a crate to King's Landing, hoping to convince Cersei to unite the Seven Kingdoms with Daenerys against the army of the dead. But the two rival queens, each hungry to conquer the continent, were unlikely to join forces easily. When Cersei saw Daenerys riding her dragon, her refusal to ally grew even stronger, especially since she didn't believe the White Walkers were real. That was until Clegane opened the crate and the White burst out with a shriek. Only then did Cersei realize the legends were true. Clegane hacked the White in two, but it didn't die. Both halves kept writhing and moving. The Grand Maester was too stunned to speak. It was Jon who showed everyone that fire or dragonglass weapons could kill the White. After destroying the creature, Jon explained to Cersei that what they faced was an imminent war for the survival of all mankind. If they did nothing, the entire continent would be consumed by the White Walkers. But Cersei knew the Night King would strike the northern kingdoms first, weakening Daenerys and her unsullied army. Only when Daenerys' forces and even her dragons were destroyed would Cersei consider sending her own army north, hoping to secure Lannister control over the realm. The negotiations collapsed. Jaime, still a knight at heart, wanted to go north, but Cersei forbade him. She only wanted to watch Daenerys and the Night King tear each other apart, no matter the cost to humanity. It was then that Jaime saw Cersei's true, ugly nature. He knew this wasn't a war between humans, it was a war against the dead. Even with her dragons, Daenerys stood no chance against the entire army of the dead. Seeing Cersei's stubborn refusal to send troops, Jaime decided to abandon his queen and ride north alone. As he departed, snow began to fall. Jaime slowly realized the Night King was getting closer to the realms of men. Meanwhile, back in the north, Jon learned that the wall had fallen and all the houses north of it had been wiped out. Left with no choice, Jon ordered every able man to join the fight. Blacksmiths across the city began forging dragonglass weapons. Arya, too, asked for a weapon of her own. But Gendry believed a girl should hide safely in the crypts once the war began. He underestimated Arya's skill and never imagined that this young woman would be the one to end the war. After Arya revealed her extraordinary abilities, Gendry was completely won over. As night fell, all the soldiers prepared for battle. Through Tyrion's eyes, in the distance, the Night King and his army of millions had reached Winterfell. The war between the living and the dead was about to begin on this cold, dark night.